But so we're gonna go into some more of my top 100 films of all time. Now, again, I forgot to put disclaimers before I divulged the next five of my list in the previous episode, but I'm not gonna forget it here. So, if you're new to this channel, if you haven't watched one of these episodes or these videos before on my personal ranking of top 100 films of all time, just remember, this is my opinion. Like, this is not an objective list. Oh, no, this is fact 100 films that are some of the greatest films of all time. No, this is just my personal favorite. And I like giving my opinion on films, and these are just some of my favorites. And none of these are going to be, like, I'm not going to go in depth on every single one of these films, and know that each one of these films do have the movie magic, which is like my personal stamp of approval on a film. So, yeah, again, like I said, this is just my opinion. But anyway, getting into it, this is technically, like I said in the beginning of this episode, this is technically not number 40. This is technically number 44, but I forgot it last episode. So The Godfather Part 2 should be at the 40 spot. But since I forgot the 44 spot last episode, I'm just going to talk about it right now. It's Kill Bill, Volume 1. I mean, again, I think both volumes can be just counted. It's just one whole long film. So I'm honestly just going to talk about It's just Kill Bill. It's one of the most badass female performances of all time. It's one of the most badass female characters of all time. It's just an awesome film. It's Tarantino. He's probably my favorite filmmaker of all time. I think he is an all-time best at writing dialogue and having interesting, unique characters, which is something that, like I said, value highly. So, and this is every bit of that. And some of the best villains, I think, all time. O-Ren Ishii is one of the best female, if not the best female villain of all time. I mean, that sword fight at the end is the shit. Again, very violent. The Crazy 88 scene. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I mean, awesome soundtrack, too. A really awesome use of anime throughout the film as well, which I really appreciated now that I'm getting a little bit more and more into anime as I get a little bit older. So, yeah, I mean, Kill Bill is the shit. So, that's number 44. Remember, Godfather Part 1 is this 40 slot. It's my fault. But anyway, from here on in is going to be correct, okay? From here on in, it's going to be the number and the film are going to be correct. So, number 39. We got Goodfellas, which is a Scorsese classic for me. I think it's the second best mob film of all time, in my opinion. I think I find myself watching this more than Godfather Part 2. So, yeah, I mean, I love this film. I think it's all-time best performance out of Ray Liotta, and I think it's all-time best performance out of Joe Pesci. I mean, Joe Pesci in this film is scary as shit. I mean, again, I love hearing stories about the filming of this. You know, Joe Pesci, you know, that whole, like, oh, I'm funny? How do you think I'm funny? Tell me. Please tell me how I'm funny. Apparently, like, he actually, you know, a mobster actually did that to him in real life, and he told Scorsese about it, and he did that to Ray Liotta without Ray Liotta even knowing, which is a little fun fact about the film, if you've seen it. If you haven't seen Goodfellas, what are you doing? I mean, if you don't like mob films, yeah, I mean, I guess you could skip this one, but I mean, this is such a classic film. If you do like mob films and you haven't seen Goodfellas, watch Goodfellas. It's honestly probably the best, other than Godfather. You know, it's the best mob film not named The Godfather. So, yeah, classic Scorsese. I don't think it's my favorite Scorsese film, but I have to look at my list again. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. So, going on to number 38, another thing, number 38, number 37 are pretty interchangeable because they're honestly the same film. But number 38 is Ace Ventura and When Nature Calls. I honestly don't give a shit what anyone says. The Ace Ventura movies are some of the best comedies of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Just because it has a low tomato rating doesn't mean they're not fucking hilarious. Okay? If you don't like Ace Ventura, you're just not gonna get my sense of humor. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna have a hard time. I mean, I don't have a hard time making a lot of people laugh, but I mean, weird flex for me. But I'm sorry, just the Ace Ventura movies are so funny. Number 37 is also Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. So, yeah, again, very interchangeable. I love both of them. If I watch one, I need to watch the next one. I wish there were more. I wish Jim Carrey did more. Jim Carrey is one of my favorite comedians of all time, if not my favorite. I watched these movies when I was a kid, laughed my ass off. I watch them now. I still laugh my ass off, even though I have memorized the lines of both of them. They're both they're classics in my opinion. Hey, a lot of people don't like them. Apparently, I don't know why. I mean, maybe When Nature Calls might be not PC and might be a little bit offensive, but like, they're hilarious. I mean, stop taking them seriously. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. Okay, it's Ace Ventura. He's a pet detective. Stop it. So yeah, 38 and 37, both Ace Ventura movies. They're my favorite comedies of all time. Oh. Actually, no. There's a comedy higher on this list, so sorry. I just straight up lied to you. But anyway, moving on to my final film that we'll be talking about in this episode, number 36, we got Inglourious Basterds, another Tarantino film. Probably one of the best scripts ever written, in my opinion. I mean, the dialogue in this film is spectacular. Probably one of the best opening scenes of all time. I mean, surprisingly hilarious film. I mean, that's kind of present in all Tarantino's films, how they're written in such a way that it's so dark but hilarious at the same time. His dark humor is great, I think. Surprisingly really funny dude, Quentin Tarantino, I think. Inglourious Basterds, one of his first movies where he likes to rewrite history at the end, which I thought I really appreciated. I really liked that. Again, characters are amazing. Lieutenant Aldo Rain. I forget the French girl. Shoshana is great. I love her story, and I thought you wouldn't, because it's a lot of subtitles that you're reading because she's speaking French. But her story is great, and she's a fantastic actress. One of the best villain performances of all time with Christoph Waltz's Hans Landa, and he speaks like 20 languages in the film, which is insane. What he speaks: Italian, German, French, English, you know what? I think that's it. He speaks 4 languages in the film, which is insane. And thank God that Tarantino discovered Christoph Waltz and brought him over the West into Hollywood, because what a delight. What an awesome actor. I love him, and this is his best performance ever. I mean, it's, again, like I said, one of the best villain performances ever. It's just a great film, and there's just certain scenes that are just like, it's perfect. It's perfect suspense. It's perfect payoff. It's perfect dialogue. I love this film. This film is amazing. If you haven't seen it, violent, very violent. I mean, I would say that about every one of Quentin Tarantino films, and very unapologetic with its dialogue and with its humor. But I mean, again, that if you like Tarantino, I mean, you've seen this film. If you don't like Tarantino, I guess you can skip it. But I mean, like, I don't know why you're watching this channel if you don't like Quentin Tarantino. I mean, he's one of the best filmmakers of all time, and he's my favorite filmmaker of all time. And Inglourious Basterds is one of my favorites. So, yeah, that's it for my top 100, and that's kind of it for the episode, guys. Hello there. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you're unfamiliar with this channel, this is Nerd Out Sanctuary. I'm your host, Michael. What do I talk about, you say? Well, I talk about anything nerdy. So that's movies, video games, TV shows, comic books every once in a while. books, maybe not, I don't know. Anything that I feel like talking about. I'm a huge nerd. I hope you're a huge nerd, and I hope we can enjoy our nerdiness together here. This is a full audio podcast available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, the major podcast platforms. So consider going over to those and checking out the full version of this of the episode. And other past episodes, please leave me a review and subscribe on those platforms. If you don't want to do that, clipped, shorter versions of those full episodes will be posted here on YouTube. So consider subscribing and liking the videos for more to support me and future content that I will be producing in the future on nerdy stuff. So yeah, thank you, and see you on the next one.